It's our first one.
How you feel?
I'm excited. I think I got a little nervous towards the closer it got time for us to come.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
I got nervous when you. Okay now. Don't be trigger happy. I got nervous when you had called me earlier.
What?
I was just fine, just going on about my day, looking up stuff, researching. But I kind of calmed down, and then now that we're actually in it for real, like we here, bro.
Yeah, like we're here.
Ain't no going back.
Ain't no going back.
You ready?
What the kids say? Once we locked in, ain't no switching up.
Oh.
You don't know. I don't know what the kids say. Okay.
So we're the old folks.
Crazy.
We ought to do that TikTok.
If we locked in, ain't no switching
Yeah,
up.
we gonna do that
We
one.
can do that one.
Now we have to do it because you just said it on the pod.
We can do it. Okay. So, let's introduce ourselves.
Okay. Hey y'all, I'm Tyler,
And I'm Kristen.
and we are the host of
Hustle and Lace Podcast.
Ooh, girl, we already got it. So, how you want to start this off?
We can do a check-in. You want to do a check-in, or you want to tell them what our podcast is about?
Let's talk about us for a second.
Okay.
I feel like let's talk about us. I feel like that'll warm us up. That always warm me up talking about myself, honey.
Wow.
So.
Okay. All right.
All right, y'all. Well, we're going to talk about each other.
Yes.
Then we're going to talk about each other, not me talking about me.
Okay, so how did we meet? How long have we known each other?
Oh. See, technically, we've known of each other.
A lot longer than we've actually known each other. So, like, meeting each other 2008.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Meeting each other 2008.
We went to school together.
Yes, we went to A&T, Aggie Pride.
Uh-huh.
And it's crazy because out of a school, you know, as huge as that is, our whole clique was from the Carolinas. Like, we were all from everybody in the same area, or the people we hung with had relatives who lived where we lived.
Yeah. But when I went off to school, I had to meet new people because I didn't know anybody that was coming to school with us other than a guy. I'm not going to say no names on here, but it wasn't like I was trying to hang with him.
Yeah.
So I had to meet some new friends. So that's how we ended up meeting clicking up with some people from North Carolina.
Right.
Then I found out that you was there. I was like, oh, we got to hang out, girl, because these North Carolina people are different. So I was glad Kristen came. We clicked, of course.
Yes. Instantly.
Yeah. So I would say one thing about you, Kristen always puts herself out there. Like, she's very outgoing.
Really?
Yes, you are. She's very outgoing. So when we became friends, I just remember Kristen, she was a part of, what's that thing?
Couture?
The Couture.
Word.
Where she was doing, it's called Couture Word. She was doing spoken word poetry or whatever. And when I tell y'all, she was really good at it. Like, I just could not believe my eyes. Like, that's the difference between me and Kristen. Like, I've changed a little bit now, but back then she was way more outgoing than me. Like, girl, how could you get up there and do all that? And when I tell y'all, she would do all the acting with it and everything. Gosh. She did everything.
Well, thank you, Tyler.
Yes.
I will say about Tyler, one of the things that I know is I will say she's one of the least judgmental people I know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can literally come to her with anything, no matter how foolish it was, especially in college, no matter how foolish it was, what I thought, what didn't necessarily make sense. Like, I knew she wasn't going to judge me. She was going to love me through no matter what. And even stuff that, didn't make sense, even dealing with certain insecurities and talking to her about them, I knew that she was going to be there for me. It wasn't going to be any form of judgment. So I think that definitely locked us in.
Yeah, for sure.
With that right there.
We done been through so much. Like,
bruh. Oh, listen, if you want roommate stories, baby,
we got them for you. Yeah.
Stories, okay?
We definitely got to get into that throughout this whole journey that we're
got
going.
Roommate stories.
Yes.
House party stories.
Yes.
The time the police showed up to our barbecue.
Okay, you're going too fast, cause
sorry.
That's another thing about Kristen. Kristen has always been planning stuff. Like when she had all of us in lingerie one year.
Oh, sorry.
We were running all around the house in lingerie.
Now, all right, listen. Let's give that some context. Like I just had girls in the house running in lingerie. No, we did.
Not that she's a madam.
No. Wow. No, for my 21st birthday, we did a pajama party. Yes. And so, of course, we had to get ourselves together, run around looking like fools in lingerie and stockings and heels in the house.
Yes.
Them heels didn't last long. Mm-hmm. I had photos on my old laptop. Like, if I could find y'all, that.
We're going to post them one day. We're going to post them one day. But all the house parties,
yes,
Kristen's idea, all...
Okay.
Everything that was planned was because of this girl right here. So that's her thing, and I just love it. Like I'm a champion you with that, with anything, that, till the wheels fall off.
Oh yeah, so. we riding. That's one of the things I think that kind of drew us together. Both of us being from a small town, and thankfully we were blessed to have certain opportunities that allowed us to travel, that allowed us to see things outside of where we're from. That made a big difference in how we moved and the things that we're passionate about, which is kind of a reason, we started this podcast. Right. We've had an opportunity to really meet some really cool people, to see some people who are moving in some certain ways that unless you're in those rooms, you really don't know these opportunities are available. Yeah. So that was one reason I wanted to have the podcast, so we could highlight some of those people. Yeah. To let people know, hey, there's some careers out here that they're not teaching you in school, that, you can be an artist and you don't actually have to paint things, and you don't have to, there's other opportunities for creatives out there. So yeah.
And I know like the clickbaity thing right now is like entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship just can look different in so many ways and so many career options, and everybody can't be an entrepreneur. There are still things that you could be happy with, whatever your passion is. You could just find a job that lets you explore that, and you're still able to own your own destiny. I feel like that's what the real true meaning of entrepreneurship is, just taking your your destiny into your hands. And I like the people that we trying to get up here and talk to. Y'all think all these for me is fashion, okay? And y'all think these celebrities be dressing themselves?
Absolutely not
at all. So I want to dig into the people who are playing the background role. They don't want to be the talent, because the celebrities are just the talent. Like there's people that's dressing these people. It's people that's picking out their everyday outfits, like choosing their whole closet, styling them for photo shoots, videos, concerts, everything. So I want to dig into those people, like the people who really make this stuff work. Who is really connecting the dots for these people? Because I can tell you now, it is not the talent. No. They're not going to have enough time, and it's no shade to no talent, because of course we need y'all. So. But the people in the background, we need y'all more. So I want to amplify those people, amplify those voices, and just to show people of color that there are other options. Like we just have to find it. And unfortunately, we don't have the what I'm trying to say. We don't have the privilege of our uncle or our aunt being in these high roles or any different type of role. Right. To where they could really show us the way and show that it is different things out there. So I think that's what originally brought us together. Yeah. I think as we were growing together in college and figuring out what we want to do and what it looks like, the one thing that we both kind of knew from the beginning was that we wanted to be successful. We wanted to be different. We didn't want to just go into a job and stay there for 40 years and retire from it. It's like, absolutely not. And there's nothing wrong with that. No, that's what you want to do.
No, but you spend more time at work than you spend at home. Yep. So you should be excited about wherever you work or whatever kind of thing that you do. Yeah. And that was the thing, because when I tell you I worked some jobs.
You know I done worked some jobs. I used to deliver pizza, girl. Listen. And thought I was riding around and getting it, too.
When you working 2 jobs at the time, you
Sure was. Sure
in
was.
college.
2 jobs at a time, 3 jobs at a time, going to school full time. It's a grind. And I would rather, if I'm going to be broke, I'd rather be broke and spend time with my kids. So that's one thing that y'all going to hear every week. My kids, my kids, my kids. Not my man, my man, my man. So that's what y'all going to hear. Just to let y'all know. But yeah, so that's what the podcast is about, y'all. So what I want to do next, like, how have you been lately? Like, how have you really been? Mental wise, and what's been going on?
So my birthday was Monday. I turned 34. Give me the sound.
Hey.
I turned 34. So that was different for me because, you know, as Tyler said, when I turned 21, we had the lingerie party. I think from the time I was maybe 12,
since I know you.
13, I was planning like what I wanted to do for my birthday party. Like my birthday is in February, y'all. I remember turning 13. We had all these kids running around the backyard in the cold, and they was there for the party, okay? And I'm pretty sure all we had was like a little boom box. And I know I rented like some strobe lights, but like point being, I've always like planned my birthday, and I've always wanted it.
Her birthday has always been a big thing, y'all.
It's been more than one. It's not like, oh, we're just going to dinner. No, there's dinner. We're going here.
A whole itinerary.
I need to know what you're wearing because you're not showing up half stepping. Like,
Sure,
one
about
thing
your
about
birthday.
it, what are you wearing? But this year just felt different. This year, you know, I've really been working on bettering myself for a lot of things, taking a lot of leaps of faith, and you know, truly being an entrepreneur right now, truly pushing my business, truly doing some different stuff. And so I kind of just really wanted more, just seeing my girls. I just needed some girl time, and I wasn't trying to, you know, plan anything super big. So we ended up having a girls' night. We went to this sushi spot, and then we went to the spot called Group Therapy, which we definitely need to go back and get some content.
Yeah, we're going back because when I say I got so many messages about that,
really,
I'm gonna need you to send me that video, Mitch.
Like it was nice because it was adults only after 21 and up after 7. But the putt, it had putt, axe throwing, ice curling. It was just a really dope spot.
It's a whole vibe.
Yes, it's a vibe. So, you know, I've been excited about that. Like, just really, for the first time, honestly, kind of putting myself first. Yeah. And doing what I need to do for me. Because what I realized in the process of getting ready to turn 34, every time I tell you yes, I have to tell me no. Yep. And my yes is expensive. It costs me my time. It costs me my energy. It costs me, you know, not to be able to sow into things that maybe I should be. So, So, you know, that's kind of...
Yeah, that's one thing, because I know if I need to write something, I'm calling Kristen like, look, this what the general thing is. Can you write this up, jig it up for me a little bit? But yeah, I would say, like, for you, I noticed this year, like, you definitely are walking into a whole new stage. I feel like you have a whole new boost of confidence, and it's like a whole era for you right now. Like, y'all gonna hear the stuff we done been through, just like what it took for us to get here. Like, life is crazy, but
life be lifing.
Life be lifing, and it don't be adding up.
We were both once city girls, and I'm not like JT and them city girls. Like, she was in New York, I was in Atlanta. Now you can't see no kind of cityscape from where we live now.
Not at all.
Absolutely.
But I'm okay with that. I've honestly come to terms with that, and I feel like just as an investment in us and, you know, my family and your family, I think we're where we need to be. And Greenville is coming up. Yeah. It's coming up. I feel like this is an investment people gonna miss out on. Like, it's gonna be booming. It's gonna be like Charlotte's still not even. No, Charlotte's still not even where it should be. But yeah, girl. So I feel you.
Where have you been? You know, mentally, where's your headspace? Like,
I feel so energized. Yeah.
That's a plus.
Like, I feel like my heart is just open and shiny. And everything is just... Now, don't get me wrong now. I have my moments. You know, I be quick to call you, girl. Like, when I get overwhelmed, this is who I'm dumping on. And I feel bad for it. But yeah, that's what be happening. So, you know, what's today? Probably about a couple weeks now, I went to Magic. And Magic is basically, it's a trade show where wholesale vendors, anybody who sells wholesale or whatever, they come there to present their items and let buyers come in, buyers and retailers to come in and, you know, be able to see their merchandise, feel it, try it on, whatever the case may be. And you build a connection with your sales associate, things like that, and even, you know, network with other people that's there. So I did that. That was in Vegas. And Magic, for anybody who's out there that's been to a trade show, and for the people who ain't, it's so overwhelming.
Now, like, so let's go back for a second for the people who don't know.
Yes.
You went to Magic because you have a what?
Oh, yes. So I have a shoe boutique, called Signature Soul Shoutique. Y'all get all the plugs for all this type of stuff. But I have a boutique. I just celebrated my 1 year of being open in business for 1 year. Yes, ma'am. Holla. So, so when I tell you, like, whenever you're reselling an item, any type of product, you are going to have issues with that product. So my thing is what I've been struggling with now is finding a vendor that keeping up with their orders, because they get behind too. So keeping up with their orders, you know what issues I've been having with that, getting shipments late, messing up my whole marketing plan and stuff like that. So things like that, your product not coming out, the pictures don't look nothing like what you receive in the mail. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
So that was my whole gist of going to Vegas and going to Magic. I just want to try to really connect with people, because when in business, the most important thing I feel like is building connections.
Right.
Mic drop. Building connections. Like, so that was one of my things. Not only do I want to build connections and really build a rapport with my salesperson, I want them to take care of me, but I want to be able to see the product and look at other stuff. And come to find out, while I'm there, they had so much stuff that they don't have online.
Oh, wow.
Like, I feel like y'all ain't got the good stuff online. And I feel like, and it could just be me and my style, but the sales associate that I was talking to, she was like, yeah, a lot of people like basic type stuff, in which I definitely see that, because that was one thing that I was kind of struggling with my business. Like, I just felt like I was all over the place. Like, I was buying stuff that I feel like would be safe. Mm-hmm. And that's, if anybody knows me, that's not me at all. No. Like, I like more of an edgy style. I want, you know, think of Rihanna. So I want that more edgy type of look. So that was my whole thing. Just finding, you know, products, being able to connect with people. And I saw a lot more stuff, like, and just going there, it really made me be able to see the vision more clearly now. So, like, I know what I want my brand to look like. I know what I want the next step to be. So I'm really thinking about, I don't know if I want to do a rebrand or if I want to do a whole nother section. And my mama think I should just do a whole nother section, because I have been building my business up, you know. And it's doing pretty decent. I could do a lot better, but it's doing pretty decent. I'm putting the work in, and I'm seeing the results. I'm seeing sales. I actually had a profit this year, so I was excited about that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what I want to do with that next, but that's where I'm at now. That's where my mental is at now. And just, I feel like the first year in business, just really coming up with my, you know, my system, my operations. Like, I try my best to operate my business like a normal bit, like a Macy's. Like, they got all their sections. I need all my sections too. Right. If we gonna do this on this day, so that's one thing I just had to come to realization. Like, you can't do everything.
No, not at all.
So building a team, really setting a schedule, being disciplined. That's what I'm on right now. So, yeah, that's been me. Okay. Yeah, girl. It's a lot, y'all. And that's one thing I want to do with the podcast, is to be able to talk about our journey, because I feel like the podcasters that are out now, they're so well established, they don't have like much relatability. They're, at least the podcasts that I like. Usually the podcasts that I like, the only place that we do relate is like relationship type stuff, or it'll just be them talking about like stuff that's going on in the industry and the entertainment, shade room type stuff.
I got you.
And it's entertainment, which I want ours to be funny too, but
yeah, and I think that's a good thing because you always see people who are success doesn't happen overnight. I made it, whatever. I was doing this for 10 years, and it's like, okay, right now y'all are coming in on our journey to us being successful. So our important thing is to take y'all along with us, but not just to take you along with us for us to be successful, but to be able to provide opportunities and gems for other people to have the courage to start their business. They have the courage to find their lane, find what makes them excited.
So let me ask you this.
Ask me.
And this is honestly something I don't know about you. Like, at what age did you realize, like, when did all of this start coming out? You planning stuff, and because you, like I said, you've been very outgoing for a long time. So what really clicked in? Is there a realization at some point, or is it just natural to you?
Literally 6th grade. I wanted to have
6th grade at band camp.
Whatever. One time at band camp. No. 6th grade, I literally wanted to have a Halloween party. So, I asked my grandparents, can I have one? Of course, sure. But I'm in 6th grade. I only know certain people, and I wanted all the cool kids there. So my thought was, I'm going to have a 7th grade representative and an 8th grade.
Not a representative. Yep. So you've been on the influencer game.
Hey, listen. I started this thing.
So Soldier Boy.
Listen, I started this. Drake. No, that was their job, was to invite the cool kids from 7th grade and the cool kids from 8th grade. So that was smart. That everybody could come. Because they don't know me, so I know I can't invite the cool 8th grader, but they know their homeboy in 8th grade, so to invite all of them there. So once we did that, it was up and it was stuck.
I hear that.
But the crazy thing is, like, some people don't know, my family business is a mortuary. We have a funeral home.
Yeah. Okay, so you've always kind of had that spirit, or just from seeing your dad, or?
When I was young, I was like, this is weird. Like, who wants to be around dead people?
And that, when I tell you, that's the moneymaker right there.
I was kind of nervous about it.
You stab them, we grab them.
Shut up, listen.
What's the other one? I can't think of the other one.
You kill them, we chill them. Listen, that's funny. We need my dad on here. He's a mess. But no, I was working at our funeral home the other week, and one of my friends' moms, who I've known her since I was in kindergarten, she asked me, she said, you still having parties? She said, that's what I remember you for, throwing parties. And I was like, I told her, I said, I do it a little bit now. I do events. I said, but people pay me to do it now. So
talk your shit, girl. So did you know that you was like, did you see yourself as being different from everybody else?
In a sense, but you're also like around friends. I think I kind of thought a little bit ahead of my friends on certain stuff. But they were always down for the cause to, okay, let's do this. Or let's do whatever, because nobody else was doing it. So I'm like, okay, so let's do X, Y, and Z.
I always I think that's why I'm so interested in those, what you call those stories? Like, come from nothing, get it out the mud type stories, because it's like, I'm not saying that I'm come from nothing, but we from the country. So we from a small town in South Carolina.
Yes. Like, where nobody knows. They ask where you from, you say Clemson.
Yeah.
Because they know that's
and that's only recent. Like, I would only say that's probably in the past 10 years?
Probably so. Yeah, since they started.
And that's only because of their, what they've been doing in sports and stuff like that. But before that, we got to tell them somewhere that's 2 hours away, an hour and a half away.
Columbia is? Okay.
You know where Atlanta? We right there on the borderline of Atlanta and Georgia.
Like,
yeah, so I think that's like, and just going through, what we've experienced and what we've been through, going to HBCU.
Was that culture shock for you?
A big culture shock, girl. When did you know it was a culture shock? What was the first thing you saw?
Two things. I've never been in a class, like from elementary to high school, where there wasn't another girl named Kristen. There's always,
was the girl white or black?
White, always. Like, I can name like 2 other black Kristens, but in my class she was always white.
Yeah.
So there was Kristen. I was Kristen M, and somebody would be Kristen A or Kristen whoever.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
So not having nobody with my same name, but then also looking around, and everybody in this class looks like me.
Yeah. Everybody black. That was the biggest thing for me. Like,
it's a lot of black
everybody
folks
black. Yeah. And I think before I even decided I wanted to go to A&T, all my uncle used to talk about the greatest homecoming on earth. Like, the best homecoming. I'm like, the best homecoming? And I'm thinking about our homecoming. Like, we got our little white band or whatever. Child, y'all know them HBCUs and them bands. That's when I knew, like, when the cheerleaders and all the dancers and stuff out there twerking and playing all the music that I want to listen to. Our first event.
Yes. All right. So we are excited to announce that we are doing our first event. What's it called?
The Pop-Up. Hey! So the Pop-Up is a specially curated marketplace, curated by us.
Yes.
And it's about fashion, art, and all things creative.
Yes, it is going to be April the 29th from 12 to 5 p.m. At the Carolina Bowen House Brewery, which is right off of downtown. What can they expect to see?
In Greenville.
Sorry.
Yeah, that Greenville.
Yes, that one. She likes that.
I love that part.
Yeah, that one.
And I always get Kristen to say where it's at because I cannot say that.
Listen, I gotta say it slow. Bowen House Brewery. I have to say it slow.
Bowen House.
Yes.
All right, what you asking?
What can they expect to see at it?
Girl, so you can expect to see us there for one.
That's one for one. For one, you can expect to see us.
But I'll be there. My business will be there. Signature Social Teak will be in the building. This will give you a chance to try on stuff, look at yourself in the mirror, whatever. If you want to order online and pick up locally, this will be your option to do that, even though I offer it now. But this will be a better option. So we'll have all different types of vendors, from candles.
We got candles. We got macaroons. Like, I'm excited. We got this company that's gonna be out there doing tooth gems.
There we go.
I've been wanting to grill, but I'm gonna just get some tooth gems.
I'll be in the grill. Streetwear, people who have custom clothing lines,
food trucks.
Yep. DJ is gonna be there.
We're gonna have some games out there. It's gonna be a really dope vibe. Like, we really just want everybody to come, hang out, have a good time.
Yeah.
It is a covered patio, so you know what, we're there rain or shine.
Yep.
It is off of downtown, but it's got its own parking spot, so you don't have to worry about trying to find somewhere on the street to park.
Yeah, so this will be your chance to come out and support your local, black owned, people of color owned,
minority, women
there
owned.
we go.
Just some really dope businesses.
Yeah,
and not have to travel to Atlanta or Charlotte for them.
Right, right.
We're gonna have some really cool photo setup as well.
Yeah, we're gonna have activations, free gifts, giveaways. I'll be doing some giveaways personally.
We're gonna be doing a fit cam, so please come out there in your freshest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we will have a commentator, Jet. Let's Talk Fashion with Jet will be there. She's going to be getting she's gonna be going in on y'all, not going in, but
getting all the tea.
This will be your chance. This is gonna be your chance to show what you got. Yeah.
So we're super excited about that. Right now we are closing out our first episode of the Hustle and Lace podcast.
Woo!
How does it feel?
I feel good. I feel like we did that, girl.
I feel really good. Like let's clap for ourselves. There we go. I'm really excited about it. I'm proud of us for taking this step, and I'm excited to see us as we grow. To go back and look at this episode in like a couple of months and be like, ooh, child.
Because we was talking, but you know how I am.
We just talk when we get together.
Yeah, but we be all over the place.
So, I mean, come along with us. Ride with us, guys.
Okay, y'all.
Take the drive.
Yeah.
But did you die? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm still here.
So
I'm still here. Girl, I'm glad you still here after all the stuff I put you.
Listen, we need to get into that stuff on here. We just gonna do it. But
all right,
we're so
y'all.
excited. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Yes. Bye.